some differences as we look into who the primary drivers are and how that might vary by segment of the population. So the kind of groups who are the gadgets for gadget's sake do tend to skew male, not surprisingly. The segments that we see that tend to be more focused on, I am trying to accomplish one particular thing via this system, whether that's have my house be secure, whether that's know what's going on with my energy usage while I'm at home or away from home. Those groups, in my experience, have tended to skew a little more female. Although I would say when I'm saying skew female, rather than, target population as a whole might be 55% male. And so the overall target population definitely skews male, but some of these segments do tend to head a little more towards female bent, but that tends to be when there is a specific end purpose in mind.
Yeah. There's the research, and then there's reading into the research, and then acknowledging a couple of things about any research project that's going on. Certainly when we do it from certain perspectives, turn inward back into the perspective. So we end up in some of the research, start understanding exactly, we're almost asking the question to get the answer that we're looking for, and so when we do the analysis, that's why we like to do the research mosh pits. So what does Tricia got? What do we have? How did Parks ask the question? How do we ask the question? And we look at you and look at your research and your 5 or 6 segments, and we've got our 3 segments, and what's common, what's the gap, and where do we really see it? Because I learned this in a project that we did with Cisco. When they asked the same question of their population that we asked, the analysis was it should be service providers because that's their core. But when we asked the same question, it said you should get it at retail because retail's the only way to do it. And that's why I began to really understand that when we're doing all of these research studies and the information that we're getting, you really have to put it up against something else and not just culture and everything else that's going on. Energy management from our research does skew to her, whereas content skews more to him. So, and I'll give you an example. So because we started seeing that, I took the Wolf Omegas, which is Best Buy's Wolf Women of Leadership program, and we have a vast network, and it's very much trying to understand her and having her help us help her or be better, that kind of a thing. So we had the Omegas come down and see some of our work in energy management. And they began to really crystallize that in 4 groups of 40, there were 40 women, professionals, mothers, everything who came in through the group. They began to talk about energy management as content. So they started saying, a guy would walk into a Best Buy store and go, yeah, this is all connected broadband. I'm going to game, I'm going to look at this, I'm going to download some, I'm going to do all of this really cool content, gadget stuff. These folks came in and said, this really does connect the whole store. This should be in the center of the store because my washer and dryer can tell me things and I can change, and they begin to make the association and begin to understand that for guys it tends to be content and gadgetry, but for her it ends up being again collaboration and connectedness, and then an ability to get things done because they're busy.
Pragmatic.
Very pragmatic. So, and that doesn't come straight off the paper in the quantitative research. This is the qualitative stuff when you get your hands dirty. So it's kind of an exciting thing to realize, but it's something worth being provocative with this group because you're here because you want to understand more and you want to collaborate and get engaged.